Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Launch Sheet. We're back with another edition of the track by track that we've been running. Today, another American tank, the M48 Patton. Great medium, versatile little tank. It's actually a very fun tank to play. It's got that good turret armor. Only thing it really lacks, and probably the biggest reason that it's not competitive, is that it just doesn't have the speed. However, we're going to be playing on a defense steps today. Little tier 10, tier 9 action. A little bit of a mix. What is that? 7 tier 10, so 7 10s, 8 9s. It's good stuff right there. So pretty fun game overall. And we're gonna show how to keep its mobility in play, even if you're even with its top speed of like 40 or so. So without further ado, let's get into this game here. I do like playing the Patton. I was very hit or miss with it when it first came out. When I first got it, just because I didn't really understand it at the time. But then after playing it some, really started getting into the hang of it, so it's a very fun tank. Alright, so we're going to end up doing here, on the defense side, you see a lot of people will go to this K7, K8 hill. Honestly, it's a great hill to go to, and that's exactly what I'm going to go to. And we'll see, it's going to be just some, we're going to look for some early shots on anything crossing. Maybe we get to spot some things. The Patton is blessed with, like, it does have a fairly decent V range. One of the best, if not the best. I'd have to take a look at that. But it's a really good medium tank. So we'll get up here, and what I like to do, I overpeak, and I am going to mess it up a tiny bit, but I like to knock this tree down. That's up top here. But I'm going to knock it down a little bit too far, looking right, which is unfortunate. If it was a little further left, it would provide a little bit of cover. But we do have some guys with us, the Sturv, but we get the Conway to light up, and he's immediately taken out. But we do have the Sturv up with us, which helps, but it's just a yucky position, because that just means he's taking a little bit of positioning away from us. But that's fine. S-Cock pops, and I'm trying not to get hit by him. I want to get more shots on the T-57. Not going to get those, but we get a really good track shot of the Shard in exchange for the S-Conk. Nothing further hits the Shard, unfortunately. S-Conk takes another shot, we have to drop back. Alright, so this time I'm looking around. We unfortunately get most likely blind fired by the S-Conk. I'm sure we had just been lit, but I think that light just had dropped and we didn't really move, so he got a lucky turret shot on us. But now I'm looking at the map, I see, we got two heavies that are all alone on the one line. And this is where that rotation for mediums comes in. You have to get back across, and you have to kind of get your gun into the game where it needs to be. That S-Conk and the T-57, the Shard, they're not going anywhere. It's long and short of that. So, we've already lost a phase 1 by the time I'm getting here, and I'm just trying to get on this little cap hill where our other Sturv is, the tier 10 version. And I'm going to get there, and we're going to post up, and we're going to get ready to get some shots on the enemy team as they try to push out our 50 TP. He does a really good job of getting into some form of defensive position. We get the first shot on 268. A second Shard there just comes around, runs right into his shell. We get another shot. So now we brought a Shard down to one shot. We have a 268 that's getting ground up. We lose the 50 TP. The E3 cracks the 268. Even though we missed a shot, which was a little unfortunate, but that's just how the RNG in the game works. We're still down 2 tanks, about 3k here from what I can see. And so it's going to be a little bit of a battle back here. But Shard is real low. We got a TNH that's focusing the Sturv, so that's going to allow me to peek. Get real lucky this time that the Leo fires a little too high, so he doesn't get me. But now I'm looking, our whole team is rotated over here. I try to get a shot on that E4. I'm going to look for anything else I can do. That 1-2 line, I'm not going to be able to help them or do anything too crazy at this point. So I'm going to try to get some shots on the E4 here. Or at least to help protect this, the east flank. So be mindful that the E4's health is 554. We are going to peek with a standard shell, take a good look, and hopefully get a shot on it there. It's 554 when it went dark, so we'll keep an eye on that when it re-peaks. Now here's a little bit of a sketchy thing. The Leo could probably peek and get eyes on me, but we do get eyes on the Char, and thankfully don't get lit. I think this little bush area might give us just enough camo, but I actually did find it very strange that the Char didn't spot me there. But he's looking at me, he tries to take a blind fire. Yeah, great, which is all he can really do in that case. But he does a good job. He actually probably could have been with that. So now we got the Leo behind me. There's the one-shot Char running down the hole here. And the E4 is down to 169. So I'm pretty sure we got that extra shot on him. Could have been one of the mediums in the back. I'm pretty sure it was us. Now we got the TNH slowly trudging its way across. We missed a shot on him, unfortunately, but now we're like really out in the open. There's a Leo out there, and he's going to tag us. He's on the rock. He hasn't moved, but I don't want to stay there and get outspotted, outfarmed by him, because that's what he just did. Now I'm here. I'm looking for shots on the TNH if it rises up. And then we get the real bad news of that T-57, where I don't know if he was just out of rounds or something like that, but he could have stayed up there and probably decked a couple of us. The Leo gets an outstanding shot there. Luckily, it's a little bit of a low roll, so it keeps my one-shot ability up a little bit. But now they're going to start pushing hard on that south. I'm going to have to leave south alone because I have no shots on it. But now look, there's a Leo that's way out in the open. He's being pushed by everybody and their mother, and so we get the back shot, the finish on him. Now they still have a good 7 tanks left in the fight here. We're still down 1,000, so we have to play it carefully. Our guys in the south do a real good job, in my opinion. It's only it's not a high amount of health that they have here, but those are 2 tanks that can really mess somebody up, and they do a good job of keeping them contained. So now we have a near full health S-Conk and a full health 430U pushing in. And I'm going to try to get whatever I can. I'm not going to get a shot in the 430. Thought I might have a lane there, and well, this rock is just kind of preventing me from it. A little mindful of the T-54. I know that he's low on health here, but I'm trying to look for shots that are safe. I'm not going to get them. So at this point, I jumped the gun a little early because I see the stirf behind me. I'm like, okay, that's good enough for me. And we're going to go 1v1 auto lock on this S-Conk as I'm driving by because I don't want to worry about aiming too much. S-Conk thankfully still focused on the back there. The track helps, gets a lot of farm into him. And so now he's probably 2-shot for me. 470 is a extreme high roll, I think, for a 48 Patton. We missed the shot there. We're 1 shot. And this is where things get a little dicey. And we got a little lucky that he nails our track there. We nail a track in return. Luckily, the Crown Bond comes in to save us. T-54 is gone. I was just checking to make sure. And luckily for us, they have an IS-32 that's still out of the fight right now. That hasn't really been participating. But we're going to get this. A track shot on the 430. Not even just track damage on the 430. But luckily the rest of our team did enough damage to it to not cause an issue for us. We're at 5,700 damage here, and then we're gonna roll up on this IS-3. Blind fire, the shot went way right there. But we got a track on it, so he's gonna sit there for a second. He's gonna keep trying to shoot us. Another high shot, unfortunately. And then we got a real strange but lucky track. I mean, his tracks are definitely below, and I don't know how he quite got tracked, but we're gonna get some good shots on his turret here. I think the one goes a little short, but he's gonna sit here, trying to get shots on that 263 that's pushing in. We'll get one more shot into him. So we got 6,800 on this, and then I know that we did get one extra shell on something that was dark early, or throughout the game. I think it was the E4 because we ended up with about 7,200 damage. So we end up this game with 7,200 damage. We got 4 kills and just show really well how good the M48 Patton is at fulfilling its role. It can be, in this game we took some kind of wild chances. The push on the S-Conk was definitely a little ill-advised. Is one that, looking back on it, you might want to be a little bit safer on that. But it turned out really well for us because we got the track, we got the support from the rest of our team, and he got knocked to within 1 or 2 shots instantly. Wiped out half their health, and really turned that game on us. And overall, some really good teamwork from the rest of the guys. A few too many, maybe, pushing down that one line to chase after the Leo. But hey, long story short, they were able to get back in the fight. So there's not much you can complain about that. And it still came back as a win. So hey, a win's a win. But that is all I have for you guys today. This has been the M48 Patton. Great tank. Perhaps not the best starter medium if you're a newer player. It is not as forgiving just due to the fact that low speed if you get caught out somewhere, and unfortunately the hull is not as strong or bouncy as some of the other mediums, like the 430 or the 140. Although I guess the 140 is not very bouncy, but has the speed to make up for it. But that's all, folks. This has been the Not Sheet. Appreciate you guys for watching whatever you've seen here, whatever year, month, whatever. If you're liking this, please leave a like, a comment as to what you want to see in the future. I'll try to get some more games rolling up for you guys. I have a few that I backlogged that I wasn't putting out consistently, so we'll get those out pretty shortly here, and that is all. Goodbye.